There are a great many things for you to know when it comes to the vaccines, for there are many areas here to address, to untangle. But first, we would like to say to anyone listening, we hope and wish that you would hear this with an open mind, an open heart, for there are some of you for whom the vaccine is not fully aligned, whereas for others of you, there will be no consequences. What you must understand first and foremost is that there is no blanket statement here, for each and every one of you are different. Your bodies are different. They operate differently. Different things affect them in different ways. There is no one thing that is right for everyone. Outside of that word we call love. But especially when it comes to material things, to physical things, you must know that there is no right way for everyone. A chocolate cake can impact one body in one way. It can clog up arteries. It can cause problems that aren't even associated with the chocolate cake itself, while for others it has no dramatic effect. There are so many variables here, it would be difficult to dive into them all. But we share this with you as an example. For you must know that, first and foremost, there is no right or wrong when it comes to any one thing. Second, what you think is what is. And third, when fear is alive and prevalent, there are always issues attached to it. And therein lies the biggest dilemma with the COVID vaccines, for they are not all equal. They are all made in different ways. Therefore, they have different and varying effects on any one singular body. For while one vaccine would make no difference in the body of one person, it could be of great detriment to another. We could continue going around and around this tree, offering up multiple examples. But the bottom line is this: there is no right or wrong. What is most important for you here, when it comes to working with the vaccines, when it comes to considering whether or not your body would be an aligned home for them, it's important for you to take some things into account. First of all would be the state of your body, for if you are unhealthy and or are not taking proper care of yourself, this opens you up to greater risks. But you must understand that that would be the case for anything that you inject into yourself that is not natural. It could be a flu shot, a measles shot. It could be anything of that nature. For as you only need to see with open eyes that there are always side effects. The second thing to take into account is that these vaccines are made in many places across the globe. Some of them are using higher quality ingredients, while others are going a cheaper route. Therefore, some will impact your body in different ways. Again, the variables here, they are unlimited, for it's not only about your own physical body, your own physical body's health, but also the mental mind. What does the mind believe? For herein lies the true power. Herein lies whether or not you will be deeply affected by a vaccine. Matched only with the thoughts that are going through your mind. Fear. Fear is the number one reason to have any hesitation around the vaccine or with any other similar type of component. Whether it's labeled a shot or a vaccine, it matters not. You are putting things into your body that are not natural. Therefore, it must make a home. But there will be no home to have if fear pervades in that home. We want to say that the vaccine can be of great use to many of you, most of you, in fact. No, it is not perfect, for those who have created it are doing so without proper knowledge or a full understanding of what COVID is and its many mutations. You must understand that the world has not seen a virus such as this. And while there are others that may seem more harsh, more deadly, what is so deadly about COVID is the fear that pervades throughout it, the fear that rides with it. There is also great spiritual meaning here, for there are things happening on the metaphysical that cannot be explained through science, for science of the modern world has not yet caught up to it. But you must understand that while there are those who seek to take advantage of people, that the great majority of those behind the scenes are truly trying to do their job to assist humanity in moving forward and being able to work with the COVID virus. You must not believe or allow yourself to believe that everyone is out to get you, especially when it comes to things such as this, for this very channel took her time and knew the great importance of removing any fear or doubt for her system, fully believing that the universe would care and nurture for her. Therefore, the effects of the vaccine on her body were nil. Yes, of course, she was still able to have COVID, deal with COVID, but it was actually for her benefit to strengthen her immune system, for the other varieties that were coming. We ask that you not waste your time bickering and fighting over whether or not someone should receive a vaccine of any type, whether with COVID or anything coming in the future, for this is not only a waste of your energy, but it lowers your frequency and distracts you from your purpose at this time. This is a bickering fight that is not yours unless it is about your own body. We understand that for those of you who have been told that you must take a vaccine simply because it is required, that this has enraged you, for it has violated your freedom, and we understand this completely. Those who are making this decision were also doing so from a place of fear, a place of wanting to contain, a place of control. But simply because they did not understand what COVID is, you were all taken by surprise. Do not forget this fact. For this COVID virus was brand new, and it affected everyone equally, which was the purpose behind it. There was no one who could hide from it. There was no amount of money, nothing that could separate one from the other. This was all by design. Please try not to harbor angry feelings and emotions towards those who sought to control, for they knew not what they were doing. You must understand that while, yes, there are plenty of people on the planet who wish to control for their own gain, there are so far many more who are simply doing so with honest intentions. Please do not allow yourself to get lost in these bickering debates, whether it is about vaccines or anything else that is considered to be a black and white topic, for these polarities only draw you closer and closer to fear. And fear is never your friend. Fear will never assist you in reaching to higher depths. No. Do not allow it to pervade. One of the last things we wish to share with you is that if you are trying to determine whether or not the vaccine is correct for you, the best thing that you can do is to stop reading things online, stop talking to others about their experiences, stop taking in any outside information outside of yourself. Spend many days getting quiet, tuning into the voices within, asking yourself questions about any fears that you may have, speaking with your guides, speaking with your higher self. And after you have had an adequate amount of this quiet time, fully disconnecting yourself from the outside world when it comes to this decision, when you find yourself in a neutral place, then you can make a decision. Know that if you take the vaccine with fear in your mind and fear in your body, that the risks are greater, that you will have some after effects. But know that if you greet the vaccine, regardless of where it's made and by whom, with an open mind and open heart, devoid of fear, yet meeting it in gratitude for those who do not have the opportunity to take it, that your body will meet it in a neutral way. For the vaccines in and of themselves are neutral when you meet them with neutral energy. However, if you meet them with fear, you will activate lower vibrations within them, for of course they are not natural. Yet you can control this. Your mind can control this. The bottom line is that you must make this decision disconnected from the outside world. Do not be concerned with what others will say. Do not be concerned with how they may react to your decision once it has been made. But be sure to use your full integrity when doing so. Otherwise, your body will be aware of that full truth within. We wish to leave you here only to say that please do not be afraid with anything that is happening on this planet right now. With the resurgence of COVID, with the vaccine discussions. In fact, use this channeling as a template when it comes to any decision making that you must take moving forward. When you find yourself in the midst of these polarities, when things are requiring you to be either black and white, be sure to fully step back into your own sovereignty, back into your own truth, back into the place that only resides within you, that wisdom that is there, always there. It may not make sense to others, or it may. It matters not. You are only responsible for yourself. Keep your nose out of other people's businesses. Let them go about doing what they believe is right for them, without judgment or condemnation. Simply care for yourself in these times, knowing that when you do so, your energy rises and you have a rippling effect on others, bringing them higher, assisting them in stepping into their own sovereignty. For this must be the way that you deal with things moving forward. We send you our love.